There was a prophecy on this young man's head that very soon he'll be a great king. Even oil has been put on him that he'll be a king. And then there was a setup for his greatness to manifest. And that setup could only prosper at one course. And I'm about to show you the course. 1 Samuel 17:40. Smataba. Jesus. And he took his staff. Give me an LT, young Koyanim. And he picked up 5 smooth stones from the stream. This is a man going for war. And he picked up 5 smooth stones from the stream and put them in his shepherd's bag. Then, armed only with his shepherd's staff and a sling, he started across the valley to fight the Philistines. The Philistine is called Goliath. Verse 41. Goliath walked out toward David with his shield bearer ahead of him. Obi fa shepherd bag sisa abogumo. Obi so the whole soldier dinanim kuta shield, snaring in contempt at this ruddy-faced boy. Am I a dog? He roared at David that you come at me with a stick. And he cursed David by the names of his gods. Finally, verse 44. Come over here, and I will give your flesh to the bears and wild animals. Goliath yelled. This was the error. This was the error. How God could confuse Goliath was the challenge. The Bible said David picked 3 things. Number 1 was stones in a shepherd bag. Number 2 was a staff, a stick. Number 3 was a sling. Then he approached his enemy, and his enemy said, what are you coming to me with? I prepared myself. I have a soldier ahead of me. I prepared myself. What are you coming with? Then the enemy mentioned what he can see. Then immediately Goliath said that you come to me with a stick. So Goliath, couldn't you see there's a sling? Didn't you see it's not just a stick, a stone, some 5 stones are there? Why do you single out a stick? That you come at me with a stick. Then for you to be sure that his expectation from David was sure, he said, come to me. That means nobody can stand from afar and use a weapon of a stick. That means you must get close to an enemy to use a stick. But what he didn't know was that there was another weapon that wherever you are standing, you can apply. There was no coming, because he's having 2 weapons. One, he must come close. One, he should stand afar. So when you are able to see the one to come close, that means there is a confusion in your head. That unless he comes close, he can't get to me. He can't strike me. But what he didn't see was that there was another weapon of the same. Listen, the reason why you fail most of your life and fail most of the battles of your life is that you hardly see what is coming at you. If you don't see what is coming at you, you have already failed. And you have already defeated. And he said, come. It's only a stick I see. And you can only strike a person with a stick. So come over. David said, I'm not coming. Where I am, make I jam you. I don't know why you are not seeing the second weapon. David said, if he has mentioned the first weapon, then make I use the second one. And David quickly picked the weapon Goliath couldn't see. Striked it. And it was a surprise to Goliath. I didn't see a stone. A stone was in the bag. I didn't see a sling. A sling was there. I was expecting a stick. What is coming? A stone. May God confuse your enemies. I'm telling Alega da balanda labataya. Reba banda labasha. The Bible says, and David just reached out. Meanwhile, when he was reaching out, Goliath's eyes was on the stick. When he was pulling a sling, the eyes was on the stick. So the stone was an unexpected weapon. You are going to lift up your voice. Whatever will let my enemies against my greatness be confused to their distraction, let it begin to happen from today. Listen. You have no idea when God steps in what he can do to witches in your life. You have no idea what he can do to marine spirits in your life. They won't see what to attack. If your enemy can't see your strength, you have won the battle. Most of you, the enemies know your strength. Most of you, the enemies know everything about it. It's you who don't know their strength. So you don't even know what they are coming with is lust. You don't know what they are coming with is drunkenness. You don't know what they are coming with is pride. Most at times, the sling is hidden. What will kill you is hidden. What we will not use, the weapon they will not use is what they plant. Am I making sense here? The weapon they will not use, that is what they flank. The weapon the enemy uses, he hides it. The Bible says if the prince of this world knew, they wouldn't have crucified Jesus. The Bible calls him the hidden wisdom of God. So God's greatest weapon, he hid it from their face. We are going to lift up your voice that confuse my enemies in my journey to greatness. Whoever is saying I shouldn't reach the land of greatness, confuse them, my God, confuse them. Any battle of greatness going on in my life, as I pray, Lord, confuse my enemies to their own destruction. Lift up your voice, confuse them.